Obtaining French permanent residency, PR, involves a multi-step process that varies based on the applicant's specific circumstances. There are several pathways to apply for permanent residency in France, including through long-term residency, marriage to a French citizen, work and family reunification. Below are the general requirements and eligibility criteria for obtaining French PR. Number 1. Long-term EU resident status. After living in France for 5 years or 2 to 3 years under certain circumstances such as study or employment, non-EU nationals may apply for a residence permit for long-term residence. Number 2. Residence duration. You must have lived in France for at least 5 continuous years with a valid visa or residence permit. Number 3. Stable income. You need to show evidence of stable and sufficient income either through employment or self-employment to support yourself. Number 4. Accommodation. Proof that you have suitable accommodation in France, either rented or owned. Number 5. Language proficiency. Demonstrating a basic knowledge of the French language, typically equivalent to A2 or B1 level. Number 6. Health insurance. You must have health insurance that covers you in France. Number 7. Criminal record. A clean criminal record in France and the country of origin is usually required. Step 1. Apply for a temporary residence permit. If you are new to France, apply for a temporary residence permit when you enter the country. Second step is to apply for a long-term residence permit. After 5 years of living legally in France with an approved visa or residence permit, you may apply for a carte de resident, which is long-term resident card. Step 3 is to submit the documents. The documents required are valid passport, proof of accommodation in France, proof of income, health insurance, proof of stable and continuous residence in France for 5 years and criminal record check. Step 4 is interview. Depending on your situation, you may be called for an interview with the local prefecture or immigration office. And last is step 5. Wait for processing. Processing times may vary, but it typically takes several months to get approval for a permanent residency card. Permanent residency grants long-term residency status but does not confer the full rights of French citizenship such as voting or holding public office. But to obtain French citizenship, you need to have lived in France for at least 5 years, in most cases, and fulfill additional requirements, such as language proficiency B1 or higher, integration into French society, and no criminal record. Let's see some of the alternative pathways. 1 is marriage to a French citizen. If you marry a French citizen, you can apply for residency after living together in France for 1 year. After 4 years of marriage, you can apply for a permanent residence permit. Second one is work. If you hold a valid work visa and have worked in France for 5 years, you may qualify for permanent residency. Third one is family reunification. Family members of individuals who already have permanent residency may be eligible for a family reunification program to obtain residency. Last option is EU Blue Card. Highly skilled workers can apply for the EU Blue Card, which allows them to live and work in France. After 5 years, holders of the EU Blue Card can apply for permanent residency.